Alright, this is going to be part 2 to the Kubota B, what is it, Caleb?
6100.
B6100. Last time we were tearing this down and we found, let's see if I can find the crack again. This crack right here. And there's a, I guess, there's one right here somewhere. We finally got our new, oh crap, engine in, but there are studs stuck in some of these holes. So we're going to try to get those out. First order of business. Alright, we finally got one of the studs out. We had to, if you can see on this one, this one's not out yet. We drilled a hole, heated it up, and then it came right out. So
Alright, we're here for another update on the new used block. We got pretty much everything swapped over. The other block is still in the tractor. So if you remember, we had a crack block in our coolant passages. So we had to swap everything over. What got swapped here, we had to put the injection pump over, and we decided to go ahead and the cam for the injection pump and all that, we decided to go ahead and swap it over as well, because the one that came in, it didn't look so good. And we swapped over the hydraulic pump. This is the hydraulic pump. It runs off your the cam for the injector pump. But we just torqued down the head. Everything's good. The lifters move up and down like they're supposed to. And everything seems good. We're about ready to pull the other block out. And once we do that, we're going to possibly swap flywheels. I think we will. This one has some surface rust. It doesn't look super good. But once we do that, we'll be able to button her up and see if she runs.
the problem we're currently having is getting these bolts out. They're almost impossible to get to. I think, so does Caleb. He thinks there might be one right in the middle.
Oh, I know there's one in the middle.
How are we going to get that one out?
We'll see.
We'll wing it. We ended up having to take off the battery, this weird piece of metal right there, and we only got 2 bolts left that's connecting the engine to the bell housing. So we're going to strap up this block to a tractor and lift it up. Alright, so this is how we're going to do this. We put this in where the head bolts were, and we put a chain on it like that. And we're going to use that tractor, see if we can use the bucket and pick it up.
that brake, you need to apply the back. Still on the jack?
You're in the way.
Further one, pull down towards the seat. Towards the seat. Well, hang on. Watch the door. Now we're out. Go ahead and turn the charger on. There, I'm gonna back it up. Now, take it work.
Alright.
We gotta take this pressure plate and everything off and swap it.
Finally got it out. That thing right there had like this giant rod sticking through it and we had to take it out. Where did that go?
Just a pivot pin. It's right there.
Yeah. Let's go look at the flywheel and stuff.
So we gotta take the pressure plate off and the clutch off.
And
we're probably going to swap flywheels because that one's muddy and nasty.
You might want to just leave the pressure plate and clutch plate to me. I'm an expert.
Huh?
Alright, we'll get all that
We
done
can't
and
take
give you an
We
update.
can't take the flywheel off unless we take that off.
I know. Alright, we'll take this stuff off and give you an update. Alright, so we got our flywheel right here. Here was our clutch disc, clutch plate, whatever you want to call it. This is the project. It's got some flash rust on it, but hasn't been used in a long time, so when we start it up, get it running, it should come off.
Put it back on.
Oh, hold on. This has flash rust on it too, pressure plate. And are we going to use that flywheel or
Swap flywheels probably.
want to swap flywheels?
We'll see.
Maybe. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Do half. see what it looks like, Caleb. Alright, let's see. Oh crap. Wow, that looks a lot better.
See right here, see this little ring? You can kind of see it. That's where your clutch mates. So you're actually only using the bottom, the inside 1.5 inches, all the way around.
Why don't you want to use this flywheel?
We can, that's what I was saying. We'll clean it and see if it cleans up good.
We might just use the one that's
That way
already
we don't
on
have
it.
to worry about taking these off and retorquing them and everything. Stripping one out or breaking a bolt.
That's it, that looks pretty good.
We'll clean it on up, make sure there's nothing wrong with it.
We decided to go with this flywheel. We got everything on it, but Caleb's afraid we don't have the clutch disc lined up right. So before we torque the bolts, we're going to have to buy a tool for that. So, alright, we finally got our new clutch alignment tool.
Yeah.
That's everything that comes with it.
Let's see if this fits in here. Not too big.
Thought you had it.
This one goes in the pilot bushing. This one centers your clutch disc. Man, it's small.
Alright, when we get it figured out, we'll be back.
Alright, so to center our clutch disc, we went and got just a universal clutch alignment tool, and we had to do that to make sure that it'll fit on our input shaft in our transmission. But you just put the end in that fits in your pilot bushing, and then there's a cone here that centers your clutch disc after you loosen up all your bolts on the pressure plate. And then once it's nice and centered, you just snug her down and it should slide right. The motor should be able to slide right in. Motor towards the truck a little bit.
towards you.
Oh, this truck?
Yeah. Alright, hold it there. See if I can lay this down real easy.
You're gonna knock me out.
This thing is not like the most gentle bucket.
Okay, I think too much.
I know, but okay.
Some tie rod, blink. Not tie rod, If it doesn't go in, you're supposed to back it up and just. I think you need to twist it a little bit.
He's not here.
We're going down.
Alright, we got everything connected. We got it lined up with the input shaft. We got all the bolts on. Next we just gotta put this thing back on, put the battery on, and then we'll see if it runs. So we pretty much got everything hooked up. We got it connected to the drive shaft down low. We got this giant piece of metal on that connects the engine to the front wheels. Next, we got injector lines. What else?
Intake gaskets in the intake, the exhaust, the radiator, the water pump, and that'd be pretty close.
And then we're done. Alright, so we got just about everything on it, but our radiator is leaking, and what we think happened is they had water in it, and during the winter it expanded and it cracked the block, it ruined the radiator. That's the only reason both those things would happen like that, so yep. There's a lot of smoke coming out of that.
Where's my spray?
Our starter kind of went out on us, so we're going to try to pull start it and see if that'll work, even though the radiator's still leaking, but we can still try to start it. We'll see how that goes. Alright, what problems are with it, Caleb?
Well, we're leaking diesel fuel like crazy, but I don't have all these hoses super tight.
There was a ton of smoke coming out of it, but that's just all the crap I think we put in it.
That's for the first time starting.
And
it'll clean up.
we put a bunch of like when we cleaned the pistons and all that. It took about, how long do you think we were pulling that? 10 minutes?
Well, I think we're sucking air through our fuel system. That's why it was taking so long. It wasn't getting...
Think it's running lean?
No.
Wouldn't that make it lean?
Really?
Oh my goodness, look. Get out of the, you got a shadow.
I know, it was leaking bad.
Get out of the way real quick.
Let me tighten this up. Okay.
There's a ton of, like where our fuel lines are going.
Yeah, we're going to tighten.
You're still in the shadow, you're making a shadow.
Let me grab it.
Oh my goodness. But it runs, so that's good. Caleb said the hydraulics work too. Sweet. It runs. Circle back. We got a little bit of marker right here, right in the sun. We got a little bit of blow by yet.
High low for the transmission. Pretty low. First gear. First gear low.
Yeah.
Fast as we're going. We're running hot.
The title of this was Will It Run? Yes. Not well, but it will. We start off and tear down the old block, whole engine actually. Found a crack, got a new block, put it in, now it's running. We just need to get a new radiator, and this thing will be tip-top shape. I think we're also going to paint it. Here, we'll
paint the orange pieces, the orange sheet metal.
All this stuff. But yeah, new engine, and it'll run.